about me, goddamn it. My content about us. Okay, no, that's a train of thought for me. My content is not for everyone. Today is currently January 3rd, 2025, and it's currently 10:15 p.m. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya G. Respect, and this is peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. When you fall from the hater, never let dim your light. When you fall from the hater, never dim your light. Neighbor, they would never understand. Genuine love started within. Authenticity, loving yourself. You gonna have folks dissing you because you're better than yourself. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Yeah, you man and you're worthy. You may get lost in your words, but never shortchange yourself. You may get lost in your words, but never shortchange yourself. Love yourself. Gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone, and I say it respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader. Always be yourself when someone overlooks you. And I say that respectfully. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I truly hope all is well on your end, and I say that respectfully. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. But you're mad and you're worthy. You was far from being in between. When it come to balance, unconditional love is different. Your reality. Understand that, hold on 1 second. You didn't have to be part of the hate train when it come to someone steering you wrong in the wrong direction. Because someone wanted you to dim your light because you was willing to better yourself. Understand your potential. Hold on 1 second. It was never for likes and views. Certain folks call you cock at the end because you wasn't trying to discourage you. No, that's a trade off me. What practice makes perfect. They will never understand your comprehension. Even on your rainy day, fall from sweating. They would never understand what God's rejection looks like as God's protection. God's rejection was God's protection. They would never understand the favor that God holds over your life at the end of the day, even when they try to project fear. Or because, hold on 1 second, they wanted to stay the wrong direction. Being your worst enemy, you understood certain chapters when it come to, hold on 1 second, hurting yourself, but to come to your words. But who would have knew that better days allow you to feel like, hold on 1 second, it's okay to heal. You got folks in different tax brackets trying to discourage you, or because you understood right to left, it's different, comfortable. No, that's the check on me. Oh, be yourself. Be yourself, be yourself. I'm Naya, in your love respect. And I would never hurt myself, and I say it respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. They watch you from miles away. They say that you the joke at the end of the day, but you didn't have to eat that cake. It be the train of thought for me. Wasn't trying to get diabetes even on your worst day. They would never understand your comprehension at the end of the day when they had to send spoke in a toxic way to make you ill. But God sweet restored you at the end of the day to protect your mental health. Only was to hold on 1 second, that baby cut that you had on your finger at the end of the day. They said that wasn't enough. Oh, because they wanted to hurt you when it come to their feelings. That hold on 1 second, they didn't have none. They looked at you like competition. They looked at you like the enemy at the end of the control the narrative. But who would have knew that you didn't lose yourself because someone wants you to dim your light when it comes to you choosing you? Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am my biggest cheerleader. Entertainment purposes only. No, it's straight though. Always be yourself and no molestations. Be yourself, be yourself. I may not be entertaining to the average person, but that's okay. No, it's the train of thought for me. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooks you. No, it's the train of thought for me. You ever been within mind your business? Growing up as a kid at the end of the day, everybody didn't have the privilege of having Carvel ice cream and certain ice cream on a special day or whatever the case may be. Let alone who the hell get their ass whipped on their goddamn birthday. It's the train of thought for me. A parent at the end of the day, when they overlook themselves and realize, hold on 1 second, I need to take a moment to myself and get my mom right. No, it's the train thought me. Why would you want to hurt me, stupid? It's the train thought for me. Your parent decided to say, I'm going to get you an ice cream cake and make it make sense at the end of the day. They thought they sat it out long enough for it to defrost or whatever the case may be, and you just wasn't happy to participate. No, that's the train thought me. They looking at you, then looking at you, you didn't have no attitude. You just wanted to eat your goddamn cake. It's the train thought me. I never saw someone bring a broom up so goddamn fast. Eat that goddamn cake. Well, I can't, stupid. It's the train thought me. A motherfucker will watch you, and realize, hold on 1 second. I need to be more mindful as to what I say to my child. No, that's a change, though, baby. You stupid. No, for real, I wouldn't eat this too. How this type of stuff actually happens. Didn't matter if it was a guardian on a rainy day at the end of the day for someone to try to project bad habits, making a child feel like uncomfortable in their own skin, projecting fear only because, hold on one second, someone's conscious wasn't the same when it come to, hold on one second, being independent. You know that same person that labeled that baby a number or gave that baby a name at the end, they were malicious intentions, try to humble. You know, it'd be the same folks that would discourage you, disrespect you out loud. I was supposed to protect you, and certain folks would never understand how. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I may not be funny to the average person, but my content is not for everybody. You know, I would never hurt myself. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless who's in the background trying to blackmail me against me. It's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. They wanted you to tap out. 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 But you was far from playing tag because you was far from not it. They would never understand, hold on one second, being authentic. How chicks and dudes in different tags back could try to paint you out to be the joke. All because they want to control your mental stability at the end of the day. To be a crash out, but that wasn't part of God's assignment. They would never understand the challenge to go within. And hold on one second, your reflection. Understanding that you wasn't dancing with the devil, loving the enemy. They would never understand, regardless if you were towards the end of the day, you truly mean well. It be the train of thought for me. How chicks and dudes be trying to say so much about certain folks. Hold on one second. Comfort zone. Or because they understood that certain folks was misleading them wrong. I chose myself the energy harvest. That hold on one second. I had to return it. Hold on one second. I had the energy harvest. They would never understand that I had to harvest my feelings. I had to realize I had to sit down at the end of it and understand my emotions. I had to pick up at the end of certain energy, at the end of the day that truly wasn't for me. Return back to sender. They would never understand. I had the energy harvest back what was mine. I had to pray, not tell lies. They try to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially. I had to harvest everything that said I said was mine. You know, you said I wasn't worthy. You was energy harvesting off my energy. I had to call it back. The only reason I wasn't living 730 crazy. I wasn't bugging at the end of the day. You was dibbling down with spoke. I was just calling my energy back. I was far from pretending. I said, don't dim my light, don't dim my light, neighbor. Don't dim my light, don't dim my light, neighbor. Return back my energy, return back my energy, return back my energy, return back my energy. Because they was surfacing over different routes. When it come to hold on one second, it wasn't a doubt. They wanted me to be distracted. They wanted me to become my own worst enemy, but God truly said you wasn't the bad habit. Walking in your own skin, being authentic. You may get lost in your words, but at the end of the day, your potential shows up different. The energy is different. Fall from a fake, fall from a hater, fall from a copycat. They would never understand your reflection. You know, hold on one second. Redirection was God's order. Didn't have to worship the devil at the end of the day. Your honor, he'd be the train of thought for me. How folks are trying to get you locked up, put you in the sideboard, blackmail you against you, because you actually realize the hold on one second. I'm doing well. I'm still being patient with time and day, coming from poverty and pain. Yeah, they ain't rooting for me, but I'm my biggest cheerleader at the end of the day, and I'm very so much thankful I ain't missed that mistake. Because they said I was a mistake, but I was far from the joke. But hold on one second, they can't relate. You know, when you pray to go within, you're going to have chicks and dudes trying to discourage you. Don't matter, they tag back, even when they uncomfortable. How they insecurities, they try to project it on you. I called my energy back. Hold on one second, I had to understand my calling. They was energy harvesting off my energy. And then I said, hold on one second, I'm an energy harvested back to me. I want my clean energy at the end of the day. You was making $1 on a penny when it come to my name. Talking about I'm a B-I-T-C-H, a bum at the end of the day, so you could control the narrative. All because you wanted to do in between, trying to pay me out to be somebody I truly wasn't. Far from a bully. It'd be the train of thought for me. But when you start to get real nasty when it comes to your words, they quick to say you disrespectful at the end of the day, trying to humble you when you're not trying to get discouraged. They would never understand that you was comfortable in your own skin, being authentic. That ain't just different. When you have the energy harvest back your energy. You know what it takes to actually sit with yourself. Do you know what it takes to actually ignore, hold on one second, the insecurity? Misery loves company. Didn't matter your tax bracket when it came to that neighbor that day. It be the train of thought for me. How chicks and dudes would try to flex on you, all because, hold on one second, you know how to be authentic. Understanding God's assignments is different. Your soul was never for sale, keeping it real. You know, it may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But when your energy harvests back your energy, they would never understand your reflection. I called my energy back. I chose me. I chose to show up. I chose to realize not to give up, regardless to who was sending what. Spell work, magic, voodoo, witchcraft, or whatever the case may be when it comes to someone's spirituality. Everybody don't use their gifts properly. It be the train of thought for me, people pick and choose who they want to bully. Hold on one second, you wasn't cooperating with the, hold on one second, misery loves company. Said I call my energy back, I'm far from my hater. I call my energy back, I'm far from my hater. The energy is different. Certain folks can't relate. That's why you gotta continue to keep pushing. See you later. You know, I didn't think I was better than someone when it came to growth. Their Maddie's, hold on one second, zodiac sign. When it come to being woke, how everybody quick to say I'm so real, but they starting to look at certain folks with mentally ill vision at the end of the day, but they forgot to rather, hold on one second, they mask fell off when it come to, hold on one second, how you came up short. It be the train of thought for me, how chicks and dudes, it don't matter how someone's elevated at the end of the day, you still try to confuse them because you're your own worst enemy, because someone understood motivation is different. They wasn't their own competition. You would never understand it. They understand their reflection, even when they get lost in their words. You know, that same person that you monitor and watching that's truly different, truly being authentic, you look at them at like competition, or because they understood to strategize when it come to boundaries, understand that, hold on one second, you forgot to control your emotions. What happened at the end of the day, all you kept showing was malicious intentions. You said that someone was far. You said that someone was so fake at the end of the day, but they was truly far from that. You would never understand what it took for someone to actually realize the, hold on one second, they truly proud of becoming any better self of themselves. Because they fall from the hater. No, that's the traitor talk me. Yeah. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. You know, loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. You know, that's the train thought for me. I'm not a racist person. I don't do that discrimination shit or whatever the case may be. But that's the train that thought for me. You know, I decided to say, you know what, I want to learn Spanish today. No, that's the train that thought for me. No, for real. I started picking up the little, you know, the dictionary, the Spanish dictionary, the little videos and shit or whatever the case may be. I started catching my motherfucking self saying, yo! I'm like, what the fuck, yo? It's the train thought for me. Like, every fucking word starts with fucking yo. It's the train thought for me. Like, ma'am, son, make it make sense. I get used to this shit. No, it's the train thought for me. I'm like, you know, it's kind of fun at the end of the day. It looks so difficult, but it's actually easy. Learn the another motherfucking language where you can actually compare. You know, how folks will disrespect you, discriminate against you. You step out your comfort zone, only way to communicate with you. You was far from being discriminated with a mindset at the end of the day. You would have that hate in you at the end of the day, regardless of who went up against you, would try to project fear. They would never understand that you truly rare. I love myself. You try to doubt me because I was willing to choose me, overcome an obstacle you can't relate to. That was beauty. It'd be the train of thought for me, how someone is handsome at the end of the day, regardless they had their moms and pops in their life, they wasn't the mistake. It'd be the train of thought for me, how chicks and dudes be playing tic-tac-toe, but hold on one second, checkmate. How you confuse yourself with your own worst enemy. It'd be the train of thought for me. I love myself, not that's in my life. No, that's the train of me. Oh, you be yourself, but no molestation when you fall from a hater. You know, my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Entertainment purposes only. No, that's the train thought for me. You ever been big single? No. You know, when you get invited to a wedding or whatever the case may be, family function or gathering with your friends, associates, you put a name in your book. And you know, when they do a little ceremony or whatever case may be, when it comes to the end of the night and they want to throw the little flower in their head, shit. Yeah, the chick told me want to take us to little trees, chick told me. And you may be up next to get married. No, that's a train of thought of me. You know, when you realize you didn't sign up for someone's one-sided ass conversation in the day, it was a beautiful service. No, for real, it really was. How the groom and the bride decide to say, you know what, we're gonna multiply them our lives. No, that's the trait of me. How the broom and the grooms decide to cheat on each other. But hold on one second, the ceremony continued at the end of the day because someone wound up getting married. Someone that was on the same page. No, that's the trait of me. I ain't mad at it, mad. But only while she was the one next in line. No, that's a trait of me. You ever participate in the conversation at the day when it comes to people games and stuff like that? No, an actual real game, not someone's mind manipulation game. That's totally different. That's the trait of me. They say, you know what? Any single people around? Hey! How you doing? Oh, man. The gay girl, sit down. Ain't nobody here for you. I wasn't trying to get with your people, but my future wife, or they outside somewhere waiting for me to show up. It's praying for me. I'm still praying. And the trait over me. You get in line or whatever case may be. You got your best fit on, feeling good at the end of the day. You decided to come out the house. You're very so proud of yourself. That's the trait of me. These fools decided to throw the goddamn bouquet. Guess recorded. Your ass never felt so motherfucking happy. Your motherfucking life so special. It's the trait of me. Somebody's thinking of you. It's a trait for me. You been hooking with the groom or them people, folks, at the end of the day. No, because they had to, reverse those words with you. But, you decide to say, you know what? One day somebody's gonna love me with no malicious intentions. And this entertainment that I saw today, I hope it don't get projected on me because that was one fucked up a hell of a service. It's the trait over me. How the hell someone decide to book a service at the end of the day? Nice, beautiful church house, whatever the case may be. Nice little ceremony, whatever the case may be. Spend the nice little couple of change. Only Roger, you mean to tell me you dumbass been together for over 20 years and y'all still cheating on each other? Well, I guess y'all should be two dummies just cheating on each other then for the rest of your life. Leave it as the people out of this bullshit. Because there should be no reason why y'all fighting and someone trying to break it up in the day. And it's y'all norm. No other trait of me, just hurt yourselves. No other trait of y'all doing too goddamn much. Now, not only y'all cheating on each other, you got folks approaching the church hours talking about at the end of the day when they want to marry y'all. But y'all want to be together in a toxic relationship. And one person got one foot out the door and the other one still praying. No, that's the trait of me. Y'all need to get it together. Leave innocent people the fuck alone. Let alone. If you're not mentally ready to get married, just don't have a topic about it. No. It's not going to work out in your best interest. It's not. Seriously. I may not be funny to the average person, but my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Hey, so respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Thursday, choose yourself when they overlook you. Friday, matter you're worthy. Saturday, far from a hater. We ain't the same neighbor. Stay and get lame, but oh, you hater. Hater. Sunday, never give up on yourself. You are the blessing. Don't give up on yourself. They overlooked you, but the light's within you. You matter, you're worthy. You are my sunshine. You are worthy. We don't pray the same, far from a hater. Love yourself. Gang stalking is relative to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. These individuals will monitor your every move. You don't even have to know them, but these idiots will act like they know you. They will plot scenes against you, hack your devices, control your devices with machines and stuff like that. They control your mail, your packages. They reroute your mail, your packages. They will even throw it in the garbage. They will even act like you received it when you never did. They will project spell work towards people that's trying to come towards you. They will energy harvest over your energy, send you spell work, the evil lie, have people gang stalking up on you, trying to make you homeless, rob you mentally, spiritually, and financially. How this type of stuff actually happens. Always be yourself and protect yourself. You matter, you're worthy. Gotta go. Stop the violence. My content is not for everybody. I am my biggest cheerleader. And I say that respectfully. It was more so toe-to-toe. You try to check yourself out before, hold on one second, reflecting. Depression was kicking in and they didn't understand that, hold on one second, what you was benefiting from. because you was honestly losing yourself. They would never understand that. How did you find yourself in a situation being so lost? At the end of the day, the enemy, the devil preying on your downfall, they would never understand it wasn't for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. Didn't have to get physical. Besides, hold on 1 second, pray. They would never understand we ain't the same. You ain't look at your neighbor like competition, regardless they had more at the end of the day. They would never understand that flex is different with God's protection, God's rejection, when God reveals the devil alone, the enemy. They would never understand how you found balance. Authenticity will bother someone's mental health. It will stop their growth, all because they see that you could better yourself. They try to take hold on 1 second God's credit, or because you got your own flow. Only rest the hold on 1 second. They would never understand growth has different when it comes to maturing, acting your body weight. Wasn't trying to outdo somebody at the end of the day. Knew how to give flowers and respect. Hold on 1 second. Wasn't trying to catch your case. Running from your reflection when it come to your past. They would never understand you was far from the joke. They had the dibble and dab with spoken magic, calling you weak, slow, stupid, and retarded at the end of the day. A snitch ass bitch, all because hold on 1 second, your story never changed. Never get discouraged because someone try to dim your light. When it come to hold on 1 second, I wasn't running from fame. I wasn't running from fame. I wasn't running to the fame. I wasn't running to the likes and views or the clout chase at the end of the day. They said the grass is green on the other side because God truly allows you to understand that conversation has different folks is truly for you, not to make you uncomfortable in your own skin. How this type of stuff actually happens, calling your energy back. They would never understand the challenges you had to take to go within. I was just energy harvesting off my own energy. I had to clear my mind at the end of the day, fall from pretending. I didn't want your energy at the end of the day. Because hold on 1 second, our souls ain't the same. They would never understand I was far from pretending. They would never understand likes and views and cloud chasing or fame. That wasn't God's category, and I say that respectfully when God allowed me to go within. You know, being authentic will bother someone's folks' mental health. They would try to make a penny off of you, a couple of dollars, only to disrespect you, to dish you. Folks want to take credit for God's work, but they can't to end it because God revealed the devil alone, the enemy, because God had a better plan. Never give up on yourself. It was like an MR they can relate to. Authenticity, hold on 1 second, a tool they can remove that was within you. It'd be the train of thought for me. How you got a swag so cool at the end of the day? Did I just say that? But hold on 1 second, I'm just being myself, authentic. No, you have to trick me. Always be yourself. You know, loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. Always be yourself in all my intentions. I am my biggest cheerleader when nobody's rooting for me. They said that you the joke, ha 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 ha. You not worthy, ha 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 ha. They said that you're whack in your corner, you ain't nobody. But I wasn't for everybody. That conversation is different when you ain't trying to hurt nobody. They said your words when it come to your flow, it don't make sense. It be the train of thought for me, but hold on 1 second, they see your potential because you know how to go within. Ain't nothing was off about you when it come to hold on 1 second, self-love, because you understood balance to end the better days ahead, love. They want you to be your own worst prisoner. But understanding that God didn't take out the trash when it came to hold on 1 second. God didn't overlook you. Fall from pretending. When you fall from a hater, they would never understand you called your energy back for all the right reasons. How God was really stepping for you. You know, that may sound crazy when I say you energy harvesting back your energy, right? That energy is different. Because to only realize you have to sit with yourself to call your energy back, they would never understand how you believed in yourself. Because they trying to figure out how did you pick up yourself. When folks saw potential within you, they didn't want you to better yourself. They saw a gift within you. They had to pull a card, go into that tarot reader, that karmic, or whatever the case may be, that warlock, that witch. Hold on 1 second, that next door neighbor that saw you as competing. You know, because they looked at you like competition didn't matter. They tax bracket. It'd be the train of thought for me. Hold on 1 second. God wasn't having it. God didn't allow you to get discouraged. Becoming miserable, it wasn't part of your vocabulary, regardless of he say, she say. They didn't want you to have your potential. They didn't want you to pour into a cup that you can see. They didn't want you to believe in faith they can't relate to. Hold on 1 second. That was change. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. Everybody's is different. Just like when someone takes medication. What medication is for you may not be for the next person. Meditation is not for everybody. Because you have people that has ADHD, and you have people that can't sit too long. It's a train of thought for me. And everybody doesn't pray the same. Do I make myself better than you? No, I don't. Can I make myself better than you? Hold on 1 second. Who doesn't want to? But it's not competition. They would never understand. We all ain't the same. Always be yourself. When you call your energy back, you collecting everything that was taken from you. When God restores you, you ask God to restore you. And God allows you to see why God is pouring into you. So when your energy harvesting back what's yours, they don't understand at the end of the day. I didn't have to pull on something. That wasn't you, big dummy. It's the trade off for me. You know, when God restores you, they would never understand what you're calling back. It's a chain of thought for me. Self-love, motivation, never giving up. They would never understand your qualities. Self-reflecting. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. Everybody teaches differently. Everybody learns differently. Everybody does not do the same practices when it comes to spirituality, or let alone pray. And I say that respectfully. Someone with energy harvest off your energy. And as soon as you call it back, now you're the problem. No ethics, right? I mean, I don't know what's wrong with people. And especially when it wasn't yours. A person can go buy a building right now. A person can go do this right now. And as soon as you call your energy back, you wrong. But they sat there and called you a bum ass bitch, slow and retarded. They don't want certain folks to see your light when it comes to your common sense. Regroup and find and balance. Didn't have to wild out. They would never understand you had to play with spell word besides call back your knowledge. When it come to hold on 1 second, your energy, they would never understand God's power is different. Never give up on yourself regardless if you're talented or not. And I say that respectfully. You know, loving yourself is not a crime. And my content is not for everyone. Always be yourself with no misintentions. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Fear. Only to rise to hold on 1 second, that was part of your conversation when someone truly rare. Someone real, someone different, someone truly unique. Didn't have to switch up besides love you equally. You know, someone sees you, hates you, hold on 1 second. It wasn't competition. Good day, bad day, misleading pain. You know, because someone wasn't trying to mislead you to pain. They didn't have to run game when it came to time and day. Being on the same page. You know, someone seeing you, hearing you, respect you. The energy is different when someone truly shows that they can truly love you. You know, because action spoke louder than words when someone didn't have to fumble you. Being your protector, walking into the right arms at the end of the day. Who would have known at the end of the day true love was possible? Wow, if someone sees you, hears you, respects you. It's truly your peace. Who would have knew true love wasn't complicated? Did I say that already? Wow, someone cheering you on up close in person behind closed doors. The energy is different when it comes to having butterflies within. Who would have known at the end of the day you'd be standing before yourself today, realize the hold on 1 second, your dreams did come true. Your prayer. A prayer of real love. A prayer, not distractions. A prayer when the devil or the enemy tries to stop you. Tells you that you're not beautiful or handsome. You know, because who would have knew the love of your life at the end of the day wasn't projecting insecurities on you. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm currently 27 minutes into this video, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. How true love can allow you to feel peace. It's different. You know, someone walking into your life Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments, that energy is different. Wow, someone sees you, hears you, respects you. Who would have knew that motivation is different when someone is truly cheering you on and they hadn't had malicious intentions? The energy is different. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. They say misery loves company. Did it have to take a zodiac sign to actually love you fine at the end of the day? The right way? Someone not projecting fear in you to catch a case? That energy is different. It wasn't toe to toe at the end of the day. You know, when it comes to someone hurting you with pain, because y'all didn't have a hand power when it come to hold on 1 second, overcoming your past. Understand you wasn't running from your reflection when it come to hold on 1 second. Change can truly last. Who would have knew that someone sees you, hears you, respects you? Who would have knew that someone didn't have to pretend to love you? Who would have knew at the end of the day that couple was truly fruitful? Someone didn't have to play with sport to get to know you. You know, someone sees you, hears you, respects you. You know, when the outside world got a dibble and dab with sport, magic, or whatever the case may be, whatever they believe in, you know, they want you to reject yourself. They don't want you to see that someone truly got qualities and loving you properly. How this type of stuff actually happens when God gives you proper knowledge that understand that you are worthy. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, when you fall from the joke, how the last person that was dealing with someone at the end of the day that ain't going to work, how they was praying on your downfall, all the reason, hold on one second, God allowed you to smile more because the right person walked into your life to see you, hear you, respect you, then look at you like competition, only as a hold on one second, y'all both was on the same page when it comes to motivation, who would have knew better days was ahead. You know, you gained a lover, best friend, a business partner, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. Who would have knew that true love wasn't supposed to hurt? You know, someone didn't have to manipulate God. They wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing fame, long on the script. Now, ever check on me. You know, my content, everybody. And I said, okay, now ever try it for me. Entertainment purposes only. You ever mind your business, mind your business? You know, they be having that one, you know, it's always a specific sign, though, when it comes to certain conversations at the end of the day. They be like, who the biggest liars, who the biggest cheaters, and all types of weird shit, whatever the case may be. Every fucking time I'm participating, mind my business, and someone always got to say a Pacific sign when it's your sign. Wow. It's the train of me, first of all. You know, that's a lie. Everybody's not a cheater, and everybody got to do the bullshit that you do at the end of the day. But it's a train throw for me. It was more so you understood fair and square, it heats equally. They would never understand how you truly stand off. It's the end of the day when they try to compete, when you understood that, hold on, so you were trying to be misled wrong. They was throwing zodiac signs right to left, all because, hold on one second, they try to point you out to act like they knew you, but misleading themselves with their own reflection. Only because they got no common sense when it comes to, hold on one second, self-awareness, because everybody ain't the same. You know, they say that at the end of the day, you are the company that you keep, but that's not true, and I say that respectfully, because certain folks don't hold their own weight. You know, like taking accountability for their actions, or the ones that they not respect their neighbor, the ones that's not haters. It be the train of thought for me. I don't move that way. No, I'm far from a hater. No, for real, bro. I can't stand that shit. They be like, you are the company that you keep. Well, get this motherfucker from around me then. No, it's the trait though, because this motherfucker is a big ass motherfucking hater, and I ain't like that. It's the trait though, me, this jealous son of a bitch. It's the trait though for me. You know, I'm not your edge in your love respect. Always be yourself. You collect your thoughts, they will never understand. They try to discourage you. Sin spoke in a toxic way, but hold on one second. Never allow yourself to be uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. The energy is different. Never miss out on a blessing being comfortable, regardless of what you're going through. Choosing yourself, they gave you another chance at life. Your heavenly mother, father, God, they would never understand that. Hold on one second. The devil couldn't humble you. Regardless, you came from poverty and pain, tricks and dudes trying to distract you because you, hold on one second, overcame those rainy days. They try to project fear in you. You know, couples, men, women, children, elders at the end of the day, trying to realize, hold on one second, they didn't want you to heal because they wanted to throw sport at you in a toxic way. Gang stalking was broke when it came to your chapter. They would never understand at the end of the day, you ain't have to do nothing besides be your authentic. You know, my content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. You know, gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. I would never hurt myself regardless to what man, woman, child, elderly, or couple is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully, or who's monitoring my every move. I would never hurt myself. You know, gang stalking is real. And I say that respectfully. These individuals will hack your devices, use certain tools to paint you out to be mentally unstable or try to get you locked up at the end of the day. And they would try to paint you out to be crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. When they control your devices, they hack your devices, your accounts, your emails, monitor your every move, reroute your mail, your packages, or even act like you received it at the end of the day. Or they would even throw it in the trash. They would even control your phone calls. They would even act like the customer service when you're talking to customer service. How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never give up on yourself when someone says you're not worthy. And I say that respectfully. If I didn't be authentic, would you still see me? If I wasn't myself, you know, my bad day, my sick day, would you still believe me? It'd be the train of thought for me. You know, it's like authenticity gets pointed out at the end of the day. Is that you're fake and you're corny, you are nobody. But understanding that you in your own skin was never no in between. Loving the within vision of you, they would never understand balance is different. Your qualities. It didn't have to take jewelry to make you beautiful. It didn't have to take makeup to make you feel beautiful within. Even when you get lost in your words, they would never understand balance is different. Even when a devil try to distract you, how you keep showing up for yourself at the end of the day, only have to hold on 1 second. God didn't make a mistake. I may not make sense to the average person, but never give up on yourself. You know, never give up on yourself. We live in a spiritual world, and God was never for sale. I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. They said that you wear fake jewelry. So what? They said at the end of the day, because you're authentic, we're going to ruin your reputation. So they started the campaigning. But you still never gave up on yourself. Never switched up when it came to your story. You got folks that you don't even know. He got more than you, less than you, trying to destroy you. Certain folks putting a little bug in somebody's ear when it come to you. When it come to their miserably loves company, trying to destroy you, all because you understood how to be humble. When God truly showed you direction at the end of the day, pouring into your cup, it wasn't a mistake. Certain folks know how to respect you when it comes to your vocabulary, but who would have knew that you wasn't escaping the rain? They would never understand that testimony is different. When it come to hold on 1 second, I wasn't running to the fame. I wasn't running from the pain. I wasn't running from my reflection. I wasn't running from what they couldn't relate to, authenticity. Jewelry doesn't make you beautiful. It starts with that. This hat doesn't make you beautiful. It starts with that. Didn't have to dibble and dabble with spell work to make you beautiful. Didn't have to project insecurity on the next person at the end of the day to make you beautiful. Here be the train of thought for me. You could walk into a room and still be misled. You could walk into a room and they still assume at the end of the day that you was fed. You know, because everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You know, the ones that show up at the end and they wearing a mask, when they on an empty stomach, they half ones, they showed on bills, they barely got food in the fridge. When it comes to that loaf of bread, they was not trying to get into the streets at the end of the day. You know, the short change they meant to it when it come to their growth. They ain't had to shake no ass. It be the train of thought for me. They had to pray to go within, ask God for rotation when it come to catching that next blessing. Understand the receiver, hold on 1 second, they wasn't the mistake. When God should allow them to see their potential, how they only getting better with time and day. You know, because jewelry doesn't make you beautiful. It doesn't. Earrings don't make you beautiful. It's what then? If you don't love you, who's gonna love you? If they don't see you, because you overlooked you. It'd be the train of thought for me. Misery loves company, but it didn't disturb your peace. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime. You know what? Practice makes perfect. Regardless if you mess up at the end of the day, you keep going. And regardless of who's sending you the evil eye at the end of the day, or regardless who's trying to distract you, you never stop showing up for you. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Don't dim your light, neighbor. Don't dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. You know, you are a work in progress at the end of the day. They try to take the trash out when it came to you, because you understood happiness is different. You maintain the smile, because, hold on 1 second, they didn't understand. They was trying to project their misery loves company on you with their malicious intentions, but they was wearing it well because they had a mask you couldn't tell, because they wanted to complete an assignment at the end of the day to wash you up, to keep it real at the end of the day. They had to have folks in different tax brackets trying to dim your light because you was actually woke to understand faith is different. They want you to be in a mindset of choking on your words, because, hold on 1 second, they didn't want you to understand God's labor at the end of the day, self-love. It'd be the train of thought for me. How beautiful you are. How certain folks will try to project their insecurities on you. All because someone didn't want you to see your point of view. You choosing you, bringing the best out of you. They would never understand comprehension is different. Not missing out on self-love at the end of the day. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. You walked into a room full of haters, but that didn't make you put your head down at the end of the day when they had to hate. Hold on 1 second, you wasn't part of a pointless conversation. Besides being protected by the Most High, at the end, they didn't have to get high. And I don't mean no disrespect, because everybody's part of life is different at the end of the day. But when you actually know how to heal, when certain folks ain't free, at the end of the day, you still know how to keep it real. God's rejection, God's protection, God's redirection, they would understand at the end of the day, I wasn't living in fear. Far from being a hater, didn't have in my vein. They would never understand on your rainy day how you knew how to respect your day when they try to shortchange you when it come to your growth at the end of the day. Oh, because you understood that, hold on 1 second, your testimony is different when it comes to maturing. You know, when you don't run from your past, that ain't just different. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I may not be your norm when it comes to being authentic or when it comes to me respecting my neighbor, and I say it respectfully. No, I haven't changed. I guess nobody want to come in the comment section because nobody said anything today. It's a train off for me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Imagine dead weight checking for you. Only realized they was truly miserable. The same people checking for you, misery loves company when it come to their mindset. They didn't know how to be authentic because they truly had bad habits. You would have swore it was an act at the end of the day. They way they keep up with your life, oh, because they was miserable within. They minded your every move trying to confuse you. The devil kept knocking at your door, but God was showing you why he was loving you. It'd be a chain of thought for me. How the devil tried to knock at your door. The enemy tried to distract you, get you out of character, oh, because they wanted to humble you. You know, they was checking for dead weight. Because they said that you was dead weight to them. You know, the pointless conversation was you. They didn't want you to prosper, so they was trying to get rid of you. But when you prayed to go within and ask God for guidance, God will sweet protect you. They would never understand that your faith is different. When they said God is not real, how folks in the plot, how folks in the background plotting to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or bring harm to you at the end of it, but you put it in God's hand. When certain folks don't believe you, they trying to get you locked to put you in a sideboard. You wasn't running from your reflection because someone did you wrong. You wasn't running from your reflection when it come to get past. They would never understand how having a heart at the end of the day, overcoming so many testimonies. Hold on 1 second. Your heart never changed. Being authentic and kind at the end of the day. You know, when folks ain't for you, you wasn't part of that hate train. You knew how to respect your neighbor to stay in your lane. It's a shame of thought for me. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. And it's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. The fact that different feels beautiful. The fact that different allows you to see. The fact that different allows you to tie your shoe differently. It allows you to walk a life that they can't relate to, going within to understand. Hold on 1 second. I was not trying to overlook myself when it came to your opinion. Because certain folks will try to point out this and point out that, point out this and point out that, but they really praying on your downfall at the end of the day because they don't want you to smile more when God fixing your crown. How this type of stuff actually happens. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. You know, never allow a man or a woman to threaten your life at the end of the day that nobody's going to believe you because they're able to control the narrative or whatever the case may be when someone took your kindness or weakness and your story never changed when it comes to being a truth teller. They would never understand at the end of the day. You are worthy. You know, when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. Regardless who's in the background trying to blackmail me against me at the end of the day, I would never hurt myself. They said that you was the test. But you was far from being under distress. You found balance in the space at the end of the day where they was trying to discourage you, rob you, mentally project pain. But when that MRR came back, authenticity was within you. It was a tool they couldn't relate to. Hold on 1 second, removing, hold on 1 second, God's gift at the end of the day because you truly had the blueprint. Maintaining they couldn't relate to. How did you overcome the function that they try to hold on 1 second, project on you when you didn't have to go hold on 1 second? Chasing something that couldn't relate to. Confidence. Because it was within you, not on you. That ain't just different. Maintaining peace they can't relate to. Love. You know, self-love, self-control, motivation is different. They would never understand your belief when it comes to God's favor. They didn't matter what day of the week it was. At the end of the day, your world is different when it comes to your time zone. But when the right folks is for you at the end of the day, they would never understand at the end of the day, your past to living your reality. You know, the people that's trying to spin a block today, because when the right folks walk into your life, the grass is green on the other side. And I said it respectfully, it would never be no in-betweens because they truly for you, praying for you, not against you. The energy is different. It would never be I'll do you better than you. It would never be in the mindset to kick you down, oh, because hold on 1 second, they wanted to see you frown. Nah. God rejected so many people from your life. God revealed the devil right to left. They would never understand it's okay to be redirected because God got a better plan. How chicks and dudes don't even have to know you. They already put in a hold on 1 second a description as your character traits at the end of the day when it's truly not for you. Or because they trying to hum you and you was never part of someone's script. How certain folks would be so bothered by your growth at the end of the day, or because hold on 1 second, they was in the background with malicious intentions. And then when you start calling out folks bullshit, then have to put a name to someone's face at the end of the day, because you'd be so surprised. And especially when you gotta worship the devil at the end of the day, God will never tell a lie. Because when God reveals the devil, alone the enemy at the end of the day, I ain't need your address to show up at the end of the day to realize, hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to change because you try to dim my light, to project pain, misery loves company, to hold on 1 second, I rebuke you, we ain't the same. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content is not for everybody. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. It's not a crime to be authentic. I am my biggest cheerleader. You know what? Practice makes perfect, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone doesn't see potential within you. Or someone does see potential within you, but they don't want you to take their spot. It's the trait on me. You ain't trying to take nobody's spot when you being authentic. It's the trait on me. It's within you, not on you. Allow and the right people see you, hear you, respect you with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. It's currently 11 p.m. Gang stalking is real to your household. And I say that respectfully. Individuals will hack your devices, your accounts, your emails. They will control your device at the end of the day with certain tools and machines at the end of the day. They will read out your mail, your packages, act like they know you, put you part of sceneries at the end of the day that you never signed up for. They even try to blackmail you, make money off you. They will try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or even project that evil eye towards you. How this type of stuff actually happens. They would even act like they had a conversation with you at the end of the day just to blackmail you against you or to try to ruin your reputation. They would even hack your device to the point at the end of the day they're able to control your IP address and make it seem like you've been somewhere where you never did at the end of the day. How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, I would never hurt myself regardless to who's gang stalking me. Man, woman, child, couple, or elder, I say it respectfully. You know, when you start to get your life together, people can't wait to say at the end of the day that you're crazy, you're slow, you're stupid, and retarded. Being authentic. It's not a crime to step out on faith. You step out on faith. You walk by faith, not by sight. We all don't pray the same. And I'm far from a hater. No, that's a train of thought for me. You know, my content is not for everybody. And I may not be funny to the average person, and that's okay. It is. Loving yourself is not a crime. Wait, where do I start? If I started with Monday, it would be self-love. You still be doubting me. Hold on 1 second, my authenticity, because you saw at the end of the day, you said I wasn't nobody. How Tuesday came along, I still had self-control. You didn't understand my opinion, but I still allowed myself to move on. You know, Wednesday, you didn't see my motivation, so you had to project spell work in a toxic way. You try to ruin me at the end of the day, because I stood up for myself. You know, the energy is different when it comes to Thursday. I chose myself to realize my reflection. You overlooked me, but I was still willing to choose me to chase. Hold on 1 second, hold on 1 second. Motivation, hold on 1 second, peace goes within. You know what I was chasing? A high that you couldn't relate to. I don't mean narcotics, but that substance is different. You know, because, you know, God's water, God's restoring, God's nourishments, God's love allowed me to see my Friday approached. You know, you're mad and you're worthy. Understanding every day is not going to be perfect, but you are worthy not to allow the devil or the enemy to distract you. You know, Saturday, you know, that's my favorite day of the week. But this relates to every day of the week at the end of the day. When you fall from a hater. You know, it wasn't that you thought you was better than anybody. You just understood your reflection, not to give up on yourself because someone didn't see your reflection or because you wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You know, Sunday, the day of the week, it starts all over again. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, 7 days out the week. That's what they say when it comes to our comprehension. But who would have knew that Sunday's so fruitful? Allowed you to see that, hold on 1 second, the harvest that you gave yourself, to realize the hold on 1 second, a blessing, a dream come true. Never give up on you because you are the blessing, the light they can relate to. You wasn't wearing a mask to understand your reflection, how better days are ahead. You matter, you're worthy. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. You know, loving yourself is not a crime. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. I love myself, not the dim my light. I love myself, not the dim my light. I love myself, not the dim my light. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend, humanity worthy. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I may not make sense to the average person. It was one day at a time. Continue to call your energy back. Fall from weak, fall from a hater when they try to discourage you. Hold on 1 second, that flex hits different. Monday, hold on 1 second. Not having an excuse to choose yourself, but love yourself. Continue to call your energy back. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just because moments. Love yourself. Pour into yourself at the end of the day. It was never empty cup when you never had to overlook yourself. The enemy gonna try to discourage you. The God, hold on 1 second. The enemy gonna try to discourage you. The devil gonna try to stop you, but hold on 1 second. Who's truly stopping you? At the end of the day, when you understand your reflection has different emotionally available, loving yourself, call your energy back, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Far from a hater, call your energy back, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Far from a hater, yeah, you're beautiful, yeah, you're handsome, yeah, you're beautiful, yeah, you're handsome, yeah, you're mad, you are worthy. Don't dim your light. No, ever trade on me. Always be yourself and no misconceptions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and Naya, my biggest cheerleader. You know, regardless of your content creator or not, at the end of the day, never give up on yourself. Loving yourself is not a crime. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Peace and respect, your neighbors, the ones you might have them, you like, gotta go there, but everyone them, you like, stop the violence. Never trade, don't be always be yourself and no molest intentions. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I always have since day one. I would never hurt myself regardless of who's threatening my life, or who's trying to blackmail me against me, or who has malicious in the background. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. You know, regardless if you got a speech problem or not, never give up on yourself. To the genuine ones, protect your energy, protect your family, stay out of trouble, you matter, and you're worthy. Never allow someone's insecurity or because you messed up stop you from showing up for yourself, and especially when you're trying to prosper in life, regardless if you came from poverty and pain. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, I don't push God on nobody because my conscience is everybody. When God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They act their body weight and their shoe size, regardless of keeping poverty and pain. And when they not for you, they keep it pushing. They don't see you as competence. They don't got nothing but spell work, all that weird stuff at the day. You know, because we all ain't the same. Here's the train over me. My content is not for everyone. Never give up on yourself. Just like that. They wanted to snatch it off your neck. They thought they saw value, but the value lied within you. And that wasn't a lie, because you allowed yourself to not to overlook you. Self-love looks beautiful on you. It starts with the imbalance. Even all the distractions around you. People humiliate you. People say that you're not worthy. They laugh at your abuser that abused you. They laughed at your boundaries. They laughed at the fact that you was your authentic self. They laughed at your trauma, your pain at the end of the day. But you mad and you're worthy. You have to give up on yourself. Never allow someone to overlook you. And if you're an entrepreneur, content creator, or whatever the case may be, just because someone works in certain departments or certain people got more status in certain areas in the day, to try to make you feel insecure or make you feel like you're worthless or you're wasting your time doing something, never give up on yourself. Gang stalking is real. It really is. You don't have to know individuals for them to gang stalk you. Couples, men, women, child, or even elderly people at the end of the day. Always be yourself. These individuals will hack your device, your accounts, your emails, monitor your screen at the end of the day, and with devices, monitor your every move, reroute your mail, your package, will even act like you received it when you didn't. Monitor your phone calls. They know when you're going to the doctor. They know when you're going to the store. All types of stuff. They even monitor your IP address and change it when they feel like it at the end of the day, just to blackmail you against you or paint you out to be something you're truly not. How this type of stuff actually happens. I don't live in fear and I would never hurt myself. You matter and you're worthy. Practice makes perfect. My content is not for everybody. And God was never for likes and views or cloud chase or no fame. Your authenticity is different. My authenticity is different. But I'm far from a copycat and I'm far from a hater. I know how to give respect when it's due. And I know how to give flowers when it's due. Loving yourself is not a crime. They wanted to take out the trash when it came to you. They try to do you so dirty at the end of the day because you was truly comfortable in your own skin. Understanding that, hold on one second, God's knowledge is different. When certain folks didn't understand your point of view, when they plotting on you, to project fear, trying to distract you, but God was truly showing you at the end of the day, never give up on you. Fall from the joke at the end of the day. Certain folks saw your authenticity and they truly was hating. Hold on one second, but they was taking those at the same time. Only was your reflection never changed at the end of the day. You know, when it come to your storyline, loving yourself, to better yourself, they would never understand what it take for you to better yourself. When it was throwing spoken in a toxic way, the hate train was real, but who would have knew at the end of the day? God allowed you to feel why you truly allow yourself while you allowed yourself to continue to blossom, butterfly. Never dim your light, and I say that respectfully. Of Naya, genuine love, respect. And my content is not for everybody. You know, even when you get messed up with your words, regardless if you're content creator or not, or you're just having a day, never stop choosing the best self vision of you. It's you are beautiful, you are handsome. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I would never hurt myself, regardless of willing to blackmail me against me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I don't run from my past. Let alone he say, she say, even if they lie at the end of the day. How individuals take your kindness to weakness, and at the end of the day try to paint you to be the villain. But your story never changed. You mad and you're worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. I don't worship the devil. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I get it from my Heavenly Mother, Heavenly Father God. Call your energy back, and I say that respectfully. They will never understand your reflection. You know, no mother or father should lose a child due to someone's jealousy, envy, or insecurity. You know, no mother or father should have their child stripped away from them because someone's to control the narrative and make a mother or father paint them out to be unfit parents, when a mother and father is a prayer warrior, a mother and father is a protector, a mother and father is a provider, a mother and father shows up. Or because someone's the energy harvest, or someone has malicious intentions at the end of the day. You know, we are all not the same. And to you, parents, at the end of the day, continue to call your energy back, and I say that respectfully. It was like a case that you didn't expect to be at the end of the day. When you even had to try so hard, when someone overlooked you because of their mistakes. They made an assumption at the end of the day, but hold on one second. You actually had a meal on the table when it came to that baby, making sure their nourishment is properly chosen, properly. You know, hold on one second. When you had to look at your child like competition, you had to play with spoke in a toxic way. You made sure that your child's mental was okay. You actually poured into your child. Showed them at the end of the day they are respected and they are loved. You didn't push your child away to hurt them at the end of the day. The energy is different. They would never understand a mother's love and a father's love should never be ripped away. You know, my content is not for everybody. But I truly hope at the end of the day that when it comes to God's turnaround, that door opens for you to understand at the end of the day, you started your healing. But hold on one second. That next best chapter in your life, your child reunites with you, that everything works out in your favor. And I say that respectfully. It ain't going to be easy, but you are worthy because you believe. Hold on one second. In G-O-D. No, I have to try to be always be yourself with no misintentions. Because no mother or father should have their child stripped away from them. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. I may not make sense to the average person, but it's not a crime to call your energy back. And I say that respectfully. They took it from you. Why not call it back? Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. It's currently 56 minutes into this video, and it's 11:12 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and gang stalking is real. These individuals will hack your devices and try to blackmail you against you, and then paint you to be something you truly not at the end of the day. I'm far from a devil worshiper, and my soul was never for sale, regardless of my sexual orientation at the end of the day, disability, age, or religion. And I say that respectfully. I am far from a hater. Loving yourself is not a crime. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. When it comes to my creativity, I'll work alone. I always have since day one. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not a crime to go outside and get fresh air. Never allow someone to project fear in you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. My lips is mad chapped. Oh, I had to trade off me. You know, when you start using new products and shit, at the end of the day, it's like, damn, it traded off me. I just want my regular normal product. It traded off me. You gotta wait and just wait. It traded off me. They gotta be stocked today. It traded off me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Peace and respect, some respect, some neighbors, the Lord. You better go them, you like, gotta go there, but on them, you like, stop the violence. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, stop the violence in the community. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to blackmail me against me. Gang stalking is real. Loving yourself is not a crime. I would never hurt myself when I say it respectfully. Always be yourself. Stop the violence.